comes a time in every man's life where you have to make a sacrifice.
Eddie, I'm with you to the end.
Hello everyone, welcome to another movie review. I just got done seeing Venom: The Last Dance, which of course is the third film in the Venom trilogy. And this is the fifth movie in the Sony universe that doesn't have Spider-Man, that has Spider-Man characters, or whatever it's called. Guys, I hate to report this, but this movie was very, very underwhelming. I've been seeing some of the reviews that came out, and the consensus is that this is like, some people like this movie, but most people I feel like are not liking this movie. And I'm not gonna say it's a bad film, but man, it's just, I don't know, like, I don't know how to explain this. Like, it felt like it needed to happen, but at the same time it didn't. Like, I don't know what else to say. I will do a spoiler section at the end, so if you haven't seen the film, you know, I'm not going to spoil anything, obviously. So, basic premise, after the events of the last film, Eddie and Venom are on the run from the government. And this time they're also on the run from Venom's creator, the creator of the symbiotes. It's not a spoiler because I believe it was in the trailer. Noel, you know, who's, like I said, the creator of all this stuff, for a specific reason. And that's really the gist of the whole movie. I don't know what it is. This movie just felt very weird to me. Like, first of all, something about these Sony movies, you could tell, well, Madam Web did not look good. But, like I'll even throw in Morbius. You can tell they're putting money into the special effects and whatnot. The special effects aren't necessarily bad, but they're not good either. Like, they don't look real at all. That's my one. That's like my biggest gripe with the Venom movies, to be honest. Like, the Venom effects are good. It's just you can tell it's not real at all. Whereas if you go back to like Spider-Man 3, obviously that Venom wasn't good in that movie, but you could tell like the way they did the effects back then were like way more, you know, sophisticated. Whereas nowadays the effects are just so, I don't know what it is. Anybody else agree with me? Like, the effects are weird. So, yeah, this movie was very underwhelming, like I said. Most reviews also mention, like, the third act is the best part of the movie, and I'll agree, yeah, it is the best part of the movie, but it's also not great. Like, it makes up for the rest of the movie, but it's still not, like, I don't know. Now, the Venom movies, for me, I've always enjoyed them. Like, they're fun, cheesy movies. Like, they're not meant to be like these great films. The first Venom was directed by Ruben Fleischer, who did the Zombieland movies. So I was familiar with him, and I like the Zombieland movies. The second movie was directed by Andy Serkis, which I love Andy Serkis. He's a master. Now, that movie was incredibly cheesy. Like, I'll admit, you know, the second Venom is a guilty pleasure. I know a lot of people don't like the second Venom movie, but I really enjoy it. Now, this movie was directed by Kelly Marcel, who I wasn't familiar with, so I looked her up. She apparently was the writer on the first two movies, and then this is her directorial debut. And fun fact, her birthday is on January 10th, which is the same day as me. So that's cool, I guess. But yeah, as a directorial debut, I guess you can kind of tell, you know, like, maybe that's what the issue is there. Like, this is a first-time director, you know. But man, I don't know. This movie just felt very weird to me. Like, it's part road trip, part action, part comedy, part... Oh, and I gotta say that too. The comedy. Oh my god. Just when I thought you couldn't get more cheesy than the second movie, this movie is even more cheesy than the second one, if you can believe it. And, you know, I don't mind that they're making Venom more of like a comedic character, sort of like how they did to Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy. But, man, this one was really cheesy, in my opinion. Like, seriously. Like, I know Venom's meant to be, like, this dark, you know, character. And, you know, of course, in this situation, you know, with the Sony films, they're separate from the Spider-Man Tom Holland stuff. So it's like you don't even get that. Like it's like you don't get the story of like Spider-Man and Venom and all that. This is just a totally separate thing focused on the Venom character, which, you know, is okay. It's just at some point we need to get the crossover, you know what I mean? And this is meant to be like the final film focusing on Venom. So it's not like we're done seeing Venom, period. It's just this is supposed to be his last movie. As far as like our ranking goes, it's literally 1, 2, 3. Like it's, yeah, the movies just get worse each time, you know. And for me, I feel like I really like the first two, and this one I don't know. I don't know. It just felt weird. Like I don't know. I saw it in IMAX. It looked nice. You know, they did film some scenes with the IMAX cameras. It's shot well. You know, the acting's just fine. There's nothing. You know, there's no standout performances or anything like that. You do get some side characters that show up that are somewhat fun, I guess. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I'm very underwhelmed by this movie. If you can't tell, still better than Morbius, though. You know, and Madam Web, of course. That goes without saying. I'm gonna give this one like, I don't know, give it like a 6.5 or something. I don't know. I feel like that's probably okay. I know I originally gave Morbius a 7, but Morbius is more like a 6.5 also. But I'd rather watch this than Morbius, I guess. I'll give this a 6.5. I don't know. I'm just. And another weird thing I noticed too. I remember when the movie was. They were talking about the runtime originally before the movie came out. People were like doing the math. Like the movie's 2 hours, but there's like 20 minutes of credits or something. It did feel like that. It felt like there was 20 minutes of credits. I don't know what that was about. I feel like they're trying to pad out the movie to make it feel longer. I don't know. That was very strange to me. The credits just kept going and going and going. And I won't spoil, obviously, but the mid-credit scene and the post-credit scene are just, I don't really know. Yeah. Oh, man. I feel so bad saying this because, you know, I've never made a movie, but I know making movies is not easy. So I hate giving negative reviews, but I can't really think of much great things to say about this. Tom Hardy and Venom, their dynamic is still there, you know, but everything else in the movie was just meh. Chiwetel Ejiofor as the main villain, essentially, he was just okay. He was just meh, you know. He was better in the Doctor Strange movies. You know, playing a different character, obviously, now. Different universe, I guess. But yeah, guys, I really don't have a lot to say. Those are all my thoughts. Like, this movie, I would say see it if you're a Marvel fan, you know, just to get the whole story of everything. You know, at this point, I go to see everything regardless. But yeah, I'm just very underwhelmed with this movie, so 6.5. I don't think I have much else to say. Short review. So in the comments, let me know how you would rank the 3 Venom movies. If you want to include Madam Web and Morbius, feel free to do so. We do have Kraven the Hunter coming out next month, I believe, so that's going to be rated R, so I'm actually excited about that. I'm not too familiar with the character, but it's got to be decent, right? You know? So yeah, I don't know. This universe is just, it's strange. Like, I don't know what Sony, I don't know what the plan is with these movies. Like, it's very, I don't know. Like, I don't know if, like, when we get to Secret Wars, you know, if that's, everything's going to tie in together, you know, from all the TV shows to the Sony movies to everything. Like, I don't know if it's all at some point going to converge, but, man, I don't know. I really don't know. But yeah, guys. So I'm going to talk spoilers now, so leave the video if you haven't seen the movie. And, yeah. Alright, spoiler time. So I don't think Venom's dead, obviously, because if you remember, he did leave a little bit of himself behind in the 616 universe, you know, at the end of No Way Home. So there's a little bit of him in 616. There's a little bit of him in this universe as well, because if you remember, they reshot that scene from No Way Home with the bartender, and Chiwetel Ejiofor picks up the piece that was left. I'm pretty sure they still have that. Now, the post-credit scene showing the bug, I don't know if Venom, that little piece that was left, latched onto the bug, maybe. You know what I mean? Maybe that's what that's trying to say. And I was interested. When the last post-credit scene played and it showed the bartender, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot all about this guy. I wonder what's going to happen. And nothing happens. Nothing happens. But like I said, I'm pretty sure Venom, there's a little piece of him left. I think that's what they're trying to show there. And I noticed too in the credits they listed Dr. Dan from the first two movies. I saw his name as one of the characters, but he wasn't in the movie. Where was he? I think his scenes probably got cut out or something. I looked up on IMDb just now. He's not credited for the movie. I'm 100% sure I saw Dr. Dan Lewis in the credits. And he was a character I enjoyed in the first two movies. So I don't know what happened there. Probably deleted scene or something. There's that mid-credit scene with Null. Again, it was cool that Andy Serkis played him, you know, but, like, he didn't really do anything in the movie. Like, I guess it'll be cool to see him, you know, in whatever future installment of whatever. But again, I don't know. I really don't know. These Venom movies are weird, man. Of course, no Spider-Man appearance or anything, which is fine. You know, I don't really. That doesn't bother me. I know this is supposed to be separate anyway, but at some point there needs to be like a convergence, you know. And you know, I will say too, like the movie did hit me in the feels at the end with the montage and all that. Because I am a fan of the first two films, like I said, and you know, I got a little not teary-eyed, but I definitely got emotional, you know. When Venom pretty much sacrificed himself, and then, you know, the montage at the end. So yeah, and then I don't know what was going on with Juno Temple's character with the lightning. I don't know if that's meant to be like another character from the comics. It probably is. It's not Scream, is it? I know Scream is like supposed to be yellow. I'd love to see a live-action Scream, by the way. That would be cool. But yeah, I don't really know what's going on there. And then Risa Fahn's playing again, I don't know what's going on with Marvels. Maybe they're running out of actors they haven't used yet. But now Risa Fahn's, who played the Lizard twice, is playing a whole new character. You know, Chiwetel Ejiofor, who played Mordo, is playing a whole new character. It's very strange. Obviously, Aaron Taylor Johnson is playing Kraven the Hunter. He was Quicksilver. So I think they're just running out of actors at this point. So that haven't been in a Marvel thing yet. Yeah. But I really don't have much else to say. I think that's really it. For spoilers, Mrs. Chen was in there. That was funny, I guess. I don't know. I really don't know, guys. I really don't know. I'm trying to think of stuff. Yeah, this movie was... I feel like there's something I'm missing. Like, I feel like there was something I was going to talk about, but... I don't even know. Yeah. That's really it. Alright, that's it, guys. That's my review. I feel like this is a terrible review. The movie isn't terrible, you know, but this is a terrible review. Yeah, go see it, I guess. If you're watching the spoiler section, I assume you've seen it already. But, yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and that's really about it. Have a good one. Bye-bye.